So with World's Strongest Man being in California this year, particularly for the European athletes, they're not going to be able to take their partners with them. We've heard a few things, haven't we?
Yeah, it's been a mixed bag. So we first heard that they could bring a partner. The partner would have to pay a fee, but they'd sort out the visa and travel requirements and all of that kind of stuff. But then they were later told that actually they could bring a partner, but the partner would have to sort out their own visa. And anyone who's tried to travel to America this year knows that that's actually not possible. They only issue emergency visas or national interest exemption in quite special circumstances. So otherwise, the only way you can travel to America is by going somewhere else first for 14 days, so say Mexico or anywhere like that that's not on the ban list. What we should really point out is the fact that the American athletes will be able to have their wives there with them. Now, what difference do you think that makes it even harder for the guys there alone?
Yeah, definitely. I know, I mean, you look at a lot of the guys, Graham loves having Kim with him.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he's not going to like being out there.
He's miserable about Kim.
Same with Tom and Luke. You know, that normally the partners go, Sinead and Cushy always support them, they're there with them. Especially for Luke and Tom, because they're both competing. You know, Luke is very good at looking after Tom, but Luke is a competitor as well.
Yeah, he needs to look after himself too.
Exactly. And I think it's, you know, same for all these guys. I think once you get used to having those people around you, you want them there. You want them to experience, because they go through the hardship of every single, you know, effort that you put in it on a daily basis.
It's their lives too.
You become a team. So it is tough to have them sat at home waiting for results. You've been in that situation where you're waiting for me to ring you all day long.
And there's a huge time difference, and I know I'm going to wake up to a text and you don't know what that text is going to say. It's so much harder being home and just waiting for results.
This is why Liz likes World's Strongest Man now, because she doesn't have to worry about me competing.
You are banned.
What was it like when... So it's worse for you when you had to wait at home. You couldn't come with me.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's hard being there as well. It's I love the one-day shows. I still get nervous, but I love the one-day shows. But I find Worlds is really difficult to be at. It's very tense. Don't like it. Honestly, I don't like it. So
it kind of made me think really about times I've been to Worlds where I've had Liz with me or I've been on my own. And you'll have heard me saying before that Worlds is a very different contest. If you just go to a one-day show, it's fine. You just go, you get on with it, you get the comp done, you come home. It's nice and easy. It's one day. World's Strongest Man, particularly when I was competing a couple of years back, was normally 2 weeks, 10 days to 2 weeks. Now, being on your own for that long is quite hard mentally, because when you're sat in a hotel room and all you're doing is thinking about the events, because you're there to do a job, you know. A lot of people kind of used to say, oh, you're getting to come to these nice countries, and I'm not in the mood to have a holiday when I'm competing at Worlds.
You don't see the country most
no,
of the time,
you're in your hotel room, you're focusing on getting ready for the events, you're doing a lot of TV interviews, you have to do medicals, you do equipment testing, but then you just sat around in your room. You've got 3 meals a day that are sorted for you, so you're going to kind of go to the, you know, go down to the restaurant, you get your food, you back up to your room. And it can become a little bit monotonous, a little bit boring, particularly for guys that are used to being busy, having families around. You know, for a day or two, it's quite nice to just chill out and not have the kids or not have the wife nagging at you.
Nagging?
But for a lot of these guys, their families, their coaches, having those people around them really helps them. And I never liked being on my own for that long. I start getting a bit depressed, if I'm honest, and I start kind of thinking stupid thoughts, and then you're kind of worried about the competition. Whereas when you've got people that are around you, friends, family, whoever it might be, they can distract you from those. Liz was great because she knew not to talk about the competition. We'd just try and kind of just do normal stuff.
Don't talk about anything but.
Yeah, you know, if I wanted to talk about the competition, I would, but for most of the time, I just wanted to be distracted and do other things. You can't sort of stay in this kind of crazy bubble of, I've got to win this, I'm going to do this on this, you know.
Mentally exhaust yourself.
Yeah, you've got to try and stay quite relaxed because it's such a long process at Worlds. I mean, when I was competing there, it was 4 days of heats where you just do 1 or 2 events a day.
Yeah.
So if you had a bad event, and you've been with me in this situation where
Oh, yes.
I think 2014.
The anvil load.
Yeah, I really messed up on the loading. And
it was the first event of the heats, wasn't it? And you came last.
Yeah, I was last. I wanted to go home. I was like, pointless being here. May as well go home in a bad mood.
That's
grumpy
not what
as
he
hell.
said. Fuck this shit. As he ripped off his wraps and everything and stomped off.
But then I had like a whole day to wait till the next event. And Liz managed to sort of calm me down, and, you know, we kind of get distracted by, you know, whatever. But by the next day, having Liz there had made me sort of chill out and relax. And I was like, okay, I composed myself and got on with the next event. If she wasn't there, I would have probably been in my room sulking all day, wanting to go home, being pissed off with myself for doing so badly. Actually, the next event was the deadlift, wasn't it?
Deadlift for reps.
And I had Mark Felix and Zadrunas in my group, and Liz had done a great job of calming me down.
And shaving your legs.
And shaving my legs. That's another story completely.
Yeah, that's what we spent most of the time doing.
How long did that take?
About 4 hours.
So, if you've ever seen me, I'm a hairy beast. And we managed to find... we managed to find a shop with like one Bic razor.
Bic disposable cheap
and
razors.
I got into my head that I wanted to shave my legs to help with friction or reducing the friction on the deadlift. My God, it took us ages, didn't it?
Oh my God, that poor bathroom shower, honestly.
But it worked.
Yes, you won the deadlift.
I won the deadlift, became the first person to beat Mark Felix on a deadlift at World's Strongest Man, and I was back in the competition.
Yeah,
we did two events that day. I think I came second on the truck pull, and I won the deadlift. Zadrunas won the truck pull, I won the deadlift, put me right back in contention for the competition. Suddenly I was a lot more relaxed. Oh. And honestly, it was thanks to having Liz there. And you know, I've been at the shows before where I haven't had anyone there, and if you just go to your room, it's horrible. After you know, a week of just sitting in a room, it gets quite miserable. You've only been 4? 3. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. And I've probably always done better when she's been there.
Yeah, you have. Apart from 2019.
When I kind of got crushed by her finger.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, you've been injured twice while I was there.
Oh, I did better without her, actually.
Well, no, but who would have pushed your wheelchair?
This is true.
How would you have got home?
I don't think I would have got home.
No, not with a snapped Achilles.
That would have been bad if you weren't there for
that exactly.
I've always liked having her there, even though I've got injured a couple of times. And when things have gone bad that are avoidable, then I've done better.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Yeah. No, some of my best performances have been with you at competitions. Just good at calming me down, and making me forget about
channeling your energy, and just finding your inner zen.
Do you think it's going to affect the European guys then if they can't take their partners?
Definitely. Yeah. Oh yeah, without a shadow of doubt. And also, and I know it's not the same thing, but it kind of is. For the guys that are trying to sort of run YouTube channels as well, not being able to have your videographer makes a huge difference as well. Obviously we saw last year Luke and Tom were filming themselves, and it's hard because this is how a lot of these guys are making money. The sport doesn't pay enough for them not to have to sort of, you know, be that entrepreneur and try and find different ways to make money. So I do feel bad for them because they are disadvantaged in more way than one. It is a shame. I do think it's a shame.
And we thought we'd give you that insight just to what it's been like for us to either be there together or when I've had to go to competitions apart, because it's going to be an interesting one for a lot of the Europeans. Let us know what you guys think. Do you think having Liz in your corner at World's Strongest Man would help you?
Not specifically me, literally anyone that you care about.
Comment below, guys, and we'll be back with more strength action soon. While you're here, guys, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my awesome strength content.